What's up YouTube, I'm Pickled Yeti. Welcome to part 1 of the guide for the brand new Forsaken Heritage Armor set. Check out the race exclusive Heritage Armor, and then also this Dark Ranger Attire, which you can unlock by doing this quest chain on a hunter. I'm also going to bring you a quick rundown of the Forsaken lore that's got us here. In part 1, we're going to take a look at the Return to Lordaeron quest chain, which was introduced in patch 9.2.5. The requirements to start this quest according to Wowhead are that you have a level 60 character, and that you've already selected your covenant in Shadowlands. Completing the Return to Lordaeron quest chain is a requirement to unlock the Forsaken Heritage Armor, which we will cover in step 2. To begin, you're going to want to head over to Oribos Enclave, and for Horde characters, you're looking for Kalia Menethil, and Alliance characters will start the quest with Jen Greymane. When you pick up the quest, you're going to want to make sure you take the teleport out to the village of Brill, where we now find the leaderless Forsaken regrouping after the betrayal of Sylvanas during the events of Shadowlands. If you enjoyed this guide, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more content when it comes out. If you are new to the World of Warcraft, or if you've been living under a rock since Warcraft 3 and you need the Cliff Notes version of the history of the Forsaken, then buckle up because it's a wild ride that spans several expansions. The story of the Forsaken starts with the demon Kil'jaeden, yes that Kil'jaeden, corrupting and enslaving an orc shaman named Ner'zhul. Kil'jaeden kills Ner'zhul and binds his tormented soul to a suit of armor and a sword to use to enslave a new host. The armor and the sword named Frostmourne are hidden away in the frozen north, while a dreadlord named Mal'Ganis tricks human mage Kel'Thuzad into creating a plague and releasing it on the eastern kingdoms. Kel'Thuzad sets to work delivering plagued grain to the city of Stratholme in the kingdom of Lordaeron. This plagued grain turns the living into the undead scourge. By this time, the king of Lordaeron suspects that something is not quite right, and sends his oldest son, the heir to the throne, Prince Arthas Menethil, to investigate the plague situation. Fun fact about Prince Arthas, he has 0 chill. So he shows up at Stratholme, finds out that he's too late to stop the infected plague grains, and decides the only way to save the town is to kill every single person. During the culling of Stratholme, Arthas kills Kel'Thuzad and all of his citizens within the city. He then meets the dreadlord Mal'Ganis, who escapes Arthas and taunts him to follow him into Northrend, where the armor and Frostmourne are waiting. Arthas totally takes the bait, goes to Northrend, finds the armor and the sword, puts it on, and immediately succumbs to Ner'zhul's corruption. While under the influence of the possessed armor and Frostmourne, Arthas returns home and kills his father, and then proceeds to purge the city of Lordaeron. Having now killed 2 entire cities worth of people, Arthas is raising the dead as his own scourge army. In order to kill more of the living and convert them into the scourge, Arthas decides he needs to bring back Kel'Thuzad for more plague, because of course he does. In order to resurrect Kel'Thuzad, Arthas needs to take him to the home of the High Elves at Quel'Thalas and use the power of the Sunwell. When he shows up at the doorstep of Silvermoon City in Quel'Thalas, a team of High Elf Rangers is led by Sylvanas Windrunner guarding the city. She fights Arthas to the best of her abilities, but is ultimately defeated. Arthas decides she's given him enough trouble that he's going to refuse her a clean death and rips her soul from her body, forcing her to serve as a banshee in the Scourge armies. The power of the armor and Frostmourne over Sylvanas did not last, and she was eventually able to regain her willpower and fight against Arthas. Secretly scheming with the Dreadlords, Sylvanas is able to push Arthas out of Lordaeron and back to Northrend. It's at this time that Sylvanas begins to rally the undead and free their minds from the control of the Lich King, creating a new faction known as the Forsaken, who have regained their willpower. Now if we skip ahead a few expansion packs, Sylvanas in Shadowlands is the acting war chief of the Horde and sells out all the living to the Jailer's forces, which was widely regarded as a bad decision, and she was fired. With Sylvanas now banished into the Maw, we get reintroduced to Kalia Menethil, who died in a previous unsuccessful attempt to overthrow Sylvanas. The Return to Lordaeron quest follows Kalia Menethil as she unites Lillian Voss, Apothecary Farinell, Deathstalker Commander Belmont, and Dark Ranger Velinara in the Desolate Council, a group of 5 prominent undead who vow to lead the Forsaken into the future.
We all have our duty.
Beware of Yeti!